Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
They'll run with the Hall of Famer Sayers. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a first. First and 10. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Go.
Out of the gun, Newton. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
Here we go.
A gain of 32 that time.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. A shotgun snap for Newton. Throw left side complete. That's Holt. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Great. Fight 51. Mike 51. I'm scared.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games for the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. Draw play, Elliott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Newton.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches' 2-minute drill.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit towards the field goal.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Tennessee now sits at 4-5 on the year, coming back out here for their next offensive drive. They dropped to 4-5, as we mentioned earlier, with that 30-20 loss at Carolina. Unable to overcome a 17-point halftime deficit. One thing that didn't help, they activated Ryan Succop, their kicker, for the first time this year, but he was 0 for 3 on field goals.
Yeah, and when you have that as a problem, trying to come back from a 17-point deficit, not to mention some injuries. Cornerback Malcolm Butler broke his wrist. A 2-game win streak went by the boards on that one. And now if they want to get into this race, it has to activate against Kansas City in Week 10 before their open date. Good history, though, with Kansas City, though, right? They've won there, field goal during the regular season by Succop, and they won in the playoffs there. But Marcus Mariota was the quarterback, not Ryan Tannehill.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now a first down throw for Newton. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Bengal, Leon Hall. Stepping aside from this game for a second, how about us being in Week 10 of the NFL season right now? That makes me want to resurface that MVP talk we had earlier in the year. Who do you have right now leading in the MVP race?
Is this quarterbacks edition only, or can we actually bring other people into it?
Yeah, go wherever.
Because the league does tell you that MVP can be anyone, but numbers show us it's really got to be a quarterback. So let's just start there, right? Russell Wilson in Seattle. I think he has to be a prime guy. I think you have to look at Tom Brady. All right? It's always Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes, if he can get back into the lineup and be his usual self, he could get into this race again and maybe defend his crown. And Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay has really come on in recent weeks despite a stumble against the Chargers this past week. But how about Lamar Jackson? I mean, what he's doing with Baltimore and their win over New England, you've got to have him as a prime candidate. And you know how much I love Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, he's a special one, isn't he?
Oh, he is absolutely special because he does it all. And if they weren't risking injury, he'd run back kicks too.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10, Goff again. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Over the middle, complete. It's Holt. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the red zone now, Newton. His throw caught right around the 6. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now Newton on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down. A first down carry by Elliott. And an alley to run. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Here's Newton. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They fake the give. Newton completes it to Jason Witten. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Back now in Nashville. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. Here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, and that'll bring up second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Goff. Caught by his running back, Sayers. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. On the draw, it's Sayers. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. They run with Sayers. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To throw is Goff. And Robinson with a big catch. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. A run, this is Sayers. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Here's a give now to Sayers. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Goff. This linebacking. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Tillman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Allen, the intended receiver.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he can't get away. Newton can't escape the pressure, and it's a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, get the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
That's it, baby. You got to work.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And Dwayne Allen on the ground. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Goff now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop this one off to Sayers. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to...
and welcome in. I'm the coach, and you're watching Madden Ultimate Team. We've been waiting for this one all week, and the wait is finally over. It's time to play ball. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and our home team. So with that, let's head over to the heart of Texas. Massive AT&T Stadium in Arlington. On the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Evans, he was terrific in the overtime loss at Seattle. 12 catches, 180 yards, and a touchdown in Week 9. Remember, he was held completely without a catch Week 5 at New Orleans. For the last 2 weeks against Tennessee and Seattle, 23 catches, almost 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's really turned it up. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10. Now Mayfield gets it off to Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now second and 13. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Keep playing. Ready? Yeah, ready? Check. Walk 54. Let's go, defense.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Newton, and that's Elliott, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Newton on third down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hope. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The result of first down is a quick slant gets him 14. On first down, Elliott. It's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and our drive continues here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a first and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
Gun.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. But now it's 3rd and goal. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. From a yard out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Tampa Bay's offense coming out here. And, you know, earlier in this game when they came onto the field for the first time, we were discussing their loss at Seattle that dropped them to 2-6. Now 4 straight defeats. But, again, that game at Seattle, you didn't expect them to win it, let's be honest. They took them to overtime, never got the ball in overtime because Russell Wilson took Seattle down the field and scored the game winner.
And that's the age-old debate that's going on right now, isn't it? Should both teams touch?
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And Sanders now to return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack. And that's what
now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Brooks. Well, hey, we talked about the AFC playoff picture. Let's look at the NFC. That's a different story. You've got Dallas and Philly neck and neck in the East. Then Green Bay, New Orleans, and San Francisco as division leaders. But with only 2 more wild card spots, going to be some good teams left out in the cold in January.
Yeah, because right now you got Seattle at 7-2, Minnesota 6-3. They would be in as of right now. But the Rams, 5-3, Carolina, and whoever doesn't win the East out of either Dallas or Philadelphia, this is going to be a heck of a battle, isn't it? People are going to have an effect on this conference with every game that's played, maybe even teams that aren't in the conference. Because if you lose to someone, anyone, it could knock you out of the race.
And he's got Fitzgerald. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield now. And Walker has it. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Mayfield with it once more. Now Mayfield lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mayfield to throw it. Wide open receiver, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's Mayfield throwing the out route incomplete. It's Holt. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Now a timeout coming here defensively, as on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Dawson's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. So 2 quarters down, 2. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So here is the home side to take over on offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Again, it's Elliott. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Newton. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They go to Elliott again. Now they have a first down and more. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he's got it. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Let's go one more. Check 8.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And that play's not going to get him in as he stops right at about the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Come on now, let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. 16 yards, a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Well, now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Mayfield. He goes underneath to Freeman. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. They go play action here on first down. He completes it to Evans. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Mayfield looks to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Team carry now for Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. A first down carry for Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's first and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Newton's going to throw it. And it's caught. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. From 3 yards out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
So celebration down on the field for a good, hard-fought